Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Broadway Jets YouTube channel. You'll know me from Twitter as NYJ Mike. I'm joined as always by the master of receipts, NYJ Matt. And Matt, the Jets fall to 0-5. They lose to the Cowboys 37-22. A nightmare start to the season for the Jets. Another year almost assuredly down the tube. Not a fun one today at the stadium. Mark Sanchez also got stabbed and tried to fight an old man. What the hell is going on, Matt?
Unreal, Mike. It's very sad when you're hello, everybody. It gets like more sad week over week. If we go from like draft night to now, we are at 2,125 subscribers. So if you do have a minute, you might think you're subscribed and you're not. Go ahead and click that below. Mike, I mean, you have a week where your team president is accused of sexual misconduct. Your old quarterback you think was a part of a robbery stabbing incident, and he was the aggressor who punched a 69-year-old Uber driver. And then you get dog walked by the Dallas Cowboys. And I always like to preface it when times are this bad and we're at rock bottom. If you come here and you listen to our show, we're not going to rant and scream and tell you we haven't made the playoffs in 15 years. We know all that. When the Jets are bad, me and Mike are just sad. We're just upset, and we're gonna go through all your replies on Twitter. We're gonna go through a ton of things today. But you get a punch in the gut, and that's how we feel right now. But we're not gonna scream, and everyone does that. Everybody has a rant, and we're just gonna tell you how it is. And as a real, true fan, I always think those fans are not the ones punching holes in the walls and screaming. It's the ones that leave that game feeling sick to their stomach, and that's how we feel right now.
Yeah. It's frustrating, too, because this team has a lot of guys that we like, as in a lot of players that are supposed to be good offensive line, and Brees and Garrett and Sauce and Quincy's out, but, McDonald, and it's like, these are guys that we believe in and when we rate highly in our minds, and we're looking forward to watching play. And it's like, you don't want these guys to go 0-5 and have a horrific season. And by the way, I see a lot of people saying this is the worst Jet team ever. 2020 was way worse than this.
I think they had worse players in 2020, but the fact that your defense is as bad as the Jets are, it makes every game feel impossible to come out of. And it's weird because the Jets offense, maybe out of the 5 games for the Buffalo game not included, like you feel like you're moving the ball and you feel like you can actually get yards. And the 3 things you need to go right is Fields needs to process the field, and he's done that at times. There's times where he doesn't pull the trigger and he's sacked. But then you have penalties. I mean, another game of double-digit penalties, and these aren't penalties where it's a 50-50 DPI. No, you're lining up offsides on offense on a 4th and 1 that you don't even get. You're a false starting. You have a legal formation. You're downfield when you can't be. Those penalties kill you. And then, of course, we all know, like, what do you want me, like, the game turned. You can pinpoint every game, all 5, where the game turned, and the game turned when Brees Hall fumbled in the red zone. That's where it turned.
Yeah, and then and it's been that's happened like 3 times this year, Matt, where you just have a crushing fumble in one of these games. Where the Steelers game, you're up 9, you fumble the kickoff. The first drive of the Dolphins game, you're going down. Braylon Allen fumbles into the end zone, and then Brees fumbles here. I mean, realistically, the game is probably 10-10 at that point if Brees holds on to the football, and then you go into the halftime 24-3. So it's like, I thought the clock management was fine too. Yeah,
clock management's fine, but even like at 17-3, that game's not over. In any NFL game, it's not over. And I mean, with 30 seconds to go in the half, they have no timeouts. They're on their own 30. They're just doing a run up the middle. And if they get a first down, then they go tempo and they try to get a field goal because their kicker can make it from 90 yards. And not only do you not give up just 10 yards, you give up a 45, 50-yard run, maybe even longer, and you get buried.
66 yards, Matt.
And it's tough because I've been the one defending Sauce Gardner a lot on Twitter, and I get a ton of hate for doing it. But through the first 4 games, Sauce Gardner averaged 2 catches, 28 yards, and a penalty, and 0.25 touchdowns. And my argument is he playing like a top 5 corner? No. Is he playing good enough football? Yeah, he's a cornerback 1. And as you defend him through the first half, he gives up 1 catch for 7 yards, and then a fucking bomb play where a lot of people were telling me, "Oh, he got pushed off." Whatever, man. I don't care. Like, he wasn't in the position to make a play, and you got to eat it. I call balls and strikes, and right now there's way too many balls in this team than strikes, and I just don't know where to go from here. Because Mike, you called out we do like players on the team. You named 4 or 5 that we like, but then where you look at last year, you have like DJ Reed and Mosley and a healthy Quincy, and you have you have Hassan Reddick, who we despise, but could actually you to think he could do something. And then you have Devontae, you have Roger. You start going down the list, Tyron Smith, all those guys are gone, and the guys that filled them are bad. And as of today, on October 5th, I don't think the Jets are going to go 0-17, given that in 3 games this year, if a ball bounces their way, like they're going to win them. I don't think they're going to go 0-17, but I do think there's going to be a case to be made of who's going to roll. And the obvious example is Steve Wilkes. But I'm at the point now where I don't think Aaron Glenn is on the hot seat, barring 0-17. But Darren Muji is a guy who genuinely might be in the hot seat if every day 3 pick you took missed and all your free agents miss and you're 2-15, because we got to take it back to when he was hired. All of reports indicate that the Jets wanted to do Newmark and pair them together, and maybe Glenn wasn't directly sold on that. And they kind of scrambled and interviewed more guys that they interviewed. And it honestly feels like Muji wasn't ready. And it is early to call that. But if you're 3-14, like, I'm completely fine with saying, hey, we fucked up. We're going to keep Glenn, but we got to get a new GM in here. Because it doesn't feel like Muji's the adult in the room and his moves have not worked at all. And you're the first team in NFL history to be 0-5 to not create a turnover on defense. It is a very, I mean, you can't get lower. And now you have to go to London to a Denver team. Did they end up winning against Philly?
They beat Philly. I have to go to that fucking game. I'm going to be in London.
Are you going for work, or are you going out of the
No, I'm going to
your heart?
I'm going to watch the game and take a vacation.
Yeah, and a lot of people are saying, why do you keep going to games? I'm pretty confident saying Carolina will be my last game of the year. It's easier for you to go. You're right there in the city, and you can take a cute girl and bring her to a game. I'm not going to another game after Carolina, because what am I rooting for? Justin Fields isn't going to be the long-term answer. If it was like a Sam Darnold or a young quarterback that you can root for, watch them pop off, have momentum, great. And I don't think the Jets played with any heart today. I don't think they've had any fight. When things don't go their way, which happens in the NFL, it happens more to the Jets. They crumble, they go in their shells, and they get embarrassed more. And that Cowboys team was missing every offensive lineman possible. You can't get pressure. The Cowboys defense
Pass rush is very disappointing.
Awful, man. Awful.
Drain's out, but come on, where, like Will McDonald and Quinnen will pop up every once in a while, but it feels like there's not much other than that. I don't know why my camera's blurry, by the way. It's so annoying.
Crazy, man.
Oh,
I'm in 1080p over here. What do you got?
Say average draft pick?
That's the type of loss, so that you, like, I talk about like a sit-down shower where you put the heat on all the way, turn the lights off, and just soak it in. That's a type of loss where you got to call your grandma on the turnpike and just
call me. I swear to God, and I just ignored it because we're doing the podcast, but
yeah, that is a I call my grandma, just tell her I love her, just thinking of you. Like, that's the type of loss and maybe the Jets are bonding me and family. Anything else from this game? Because I mean, you can't even, like, Justin Fields misses Garrett down the sideline.
It still feels in general like the Jets offense isn't that horrible. I know a lot of the stuff today was garbage time. They moved the ball well in 2 of the games. Today was not a particularly good offensive game. I just am curious to see what will happen if we're winning one of these games. Like, if you can punch in one of these early drives, if you can be in a 10-10 game and you can run the ball more. Like, I feel like Brees keeps getting stuck on 14 carries no matter what happens. If he has 20 yards, if he has 120 yards. 14 carries, 113 yards. Definitely on him, too, for the fumble. He made some weird comments also, kind of.
I didn't get to hear anything post-game other than Aaron Glenn's presser, and I want to root for Glenn. He's got to stop talking about Tony Dungy and Jimmy Johnson and their start to when they were head coaches, and you got to stop bringing up the Lions and Saints when you were with them. You got to stop. You're 0-5. Own it.
I get it, but what are you going to say? The same thing every time?
You have to. Like, you have to.
I don't hate it. I feel like it's more real. I feel like it also is a thing. Like, the 1 year stuff is just tough. Like it's not.
But I can't hear him talk about the Lions and the Saints anymore. You are now in the Jets. And like, if you want to talk about you calling Jimmy Johnson and Tony Dungy, and they talked about how they started off 1-4, like I get it, Mike, but every press conference, and it sucks because this is what you do when you lose. You have to be like, it's on me, it's on the players. Here's the tangible things we're working on. I can't hear about how great every practice is.
I get it. It's gonna suck no matter what he says now, but everything that's gonna come out of the media is gonna be negative. And Omega is the first team, like you said before, to have no turnovers in 5 games. You're 0-5. It's one of the first times the coach started 0-5. Whatever. Listen, maybe he's right. Like Lions were 0-8. People could have ran him and Campbell out of town. I know it's not what we're doing, but even like the Muji thing, it's like, imagine you took over a Madden franchise and they just gave you 1 year and they're like, all right, you're done. Like you signed like a fullback in a I don't know. It's just quick. And it's because it's been 15 years of bullshit. So now
I'm not calling for Glenn to be fired, but if
I know, I get it. And it's even worth a conversation. Someone brought up if like Harbaugh gets fired, would you want to replace Glenn with him? At least that's a more normal conversation and it's a Hall of Fame coach.
Yeah. You could put me on this video for the next 10 years, and I will still have more to say about Mark Sanchez and that event that occurred. I could never run out of topics to talk about. Let's rapid fire here. We have honestly like the coolest listeners ever. I know we don't have as much as these other YouTube channels, and for the most part, we love those guys. Like there's a ton of Jet content creators that we are friends with. They're amazing. We don't have as big as a following. We got a little bit of a late start, but our listeners, like we talk to people in the tailgate. If you're listening and we don't follow you back, DM us. I always say we will DM you back and we'll add you to group chats and we'll talk Jets because there's real diehard fans that appreciate what we do. We appreciate you being a fan and hopefully being a fan the right way. And there's a ton of fans, Mike, that when you're at, and I understand why, when you're at rock bottom, they believe it's more fun. Like they would rather another butt fumble happen, a pick six, so they can like get more out of it. And we want the exact opposite of that. And some people like to go to work and be like, haha, my team's fucking terrible. No, like I hate that I'm going to get pinged at work tomorrow. A bunch of people are going to be like, what an awful game that was.
Oh, I have to explain to these imbecile people that don't know what the hell's going on that it's nauseating. It's not fun at all.
Rapid fire reply.
Yeah, and it is fun. It is fun when we see people at the games and they say hi in the parking lot, and it's the best.
There's nothing better.
Yeah.
The Glennaissance, my question is, will Mike be doing a Baby Got Back rendition?
We got to go
on Twitter.
We really should go through it. That is one of the funniest things ever because Matt posted it the other day in like a long form tweet, which is very funny. You kind of hit it. But basically the story is we had a competition in our high school, like Howell High School. It's called Mr. Howell High School. And everyone had to do, there's like a group dance. There was all these different activities. And one of the categories was a lip singing competition. So I rewrote Baby Got Back, I Like Big Butts to the Jets. And this is like 2013 when Geno Smith and the Jets like just beat the Saints. So I think they're 6-5. It's like week 12. And I made this whole song with like friends were dancing in it. You were in it, right?
I was in it. I wore a Marty jersey.
Yeah. And then my microphone wasn't on during the performance and no one heard anything. And nobody told me.
It was one of one. We will do a full episode breaking down the lyrics to it.
I have to remember them. I definitely remember some of them. They're pretty good. But it's a very Geno Smith like that era based.
We got Tennessee Jet saying props to you guys for doing anything Jet related. We'll do a video every week and we'll watch every week. And even if the Jets spit in my food and set my car on fire in the parking lot, we're gonna keep watching.
It can only get better. It can only get better. I guess.
Dan B, how do you prevent the team from getting derailed after a turnover? Seems to happen every game. Glenn brought it up in his press conference. He's like, I got to do a better job of keeping the guys into it. And I think the captains have to do a better job, but also, like, yeah, Brees is going to beat himself up over it. He didn't let it affect him. He ran the ball well after that. But the whole team is deflated. And the Buccaneers game, they fought back after being down and having some bad stuff happen. And today they did the exact opposite. They crumbled.
Yeah. To your point, the other turnovers come at the worst times, and you finally get a drive going, or you're in position to take control of a game and play your style of football, run the ball, play action. All of a sudden, you fumble, and then every time you fumble, to this fan's point, it doesn't matter how far the field is, a 90-yard drive. It's insane.
crazy. Wani asked about Harbaugh. You brought it up earlier. Wani, great friend of the show.
That was Wani who brought it up. That's why I brought it up. Yeah.
I mean, I can't even like think about that possibility, but if you're gonna ask me, like, I would take Harbaugh over Glenn. I would, but like, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's fair. At least that means you're doing it for a reason. You're hiring a Hall of Fame coach. It's not, because even if Glenn works out as great as he could possibly be, you would just hope he turns into Harbaugh. So you could just hire Harbaugh. I get it.
Yep. Brandon Sanzone, what 3 changes would you make on this team that are realistic? It's a good question.
Wow.
I think I start with you got to play some of the young guys as much as you can. I'm not saying Brand Stevens never plays again. He had a somewhat decent game today. But you want to see more Malachi Moore. You want to see more Arian Smith. You want to see these young guys really pop off. Mason Taylor had a ton of targets, albeit a handful of them in garbage time. He did have a drop, but you want to get those young guys more active. And then I do think you got to make your own argument that Glenn won't do it yet, but get more active on defensive play calling. Do anything to get a spark on this team. But I don't know what else you can do outside of you can't just fire everybody.
Well, because I guess moving forward would be the real question, what they do at quarterback, because field stats are going to look good in general after this game. And it does feel like the Jets have been able to move the ball sometimes, but is he a franchise quarterback? Not really turning the ball over. The Jets are kind of moving the ball. Probably not, you know what I mean? But it's going to depend what kind of pick they have. The tank bullshit. The Jets, Matt, the problem too, that one of my takeaways of this game is that the schedule gets a lot softer in the next 8 weeks. And I think the Jets they're not going to be a winless kind of team. I think they're going to win a few games this year. And it's probably going to end up hurting you anyway, because you're going to win games at times that aren't fun. I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets end up with 4 or 5 wins this year, just based especially on some of the teams that they play. You have to figure some stuff out on defense. Maybe they recover one fucking fumble. It doesn't make any sense. There's new players, new coaches, but we can never recover a fumble. How many fumbles have hit the ground this year, Matt? 12, and we recovered none of them? It's not even possible.
Yeah. It's like picking black on roulette 12 straight times.
12 in a row.
Yeah.
So it's just weird.
It's happened to me before in AC. It's happened to me. There's a video of me, it can't go black again. And I would have 10, then 20, then 40. I kept doubling down, and I'm down to $800. And I'm like, okay, well, and at that time, $800 to me was everything. I didn't have it.
Is that the end of it? You just lost $800?
It was crazy.
Remember, children, don't gamble. But, man, I don't think we're going to win 0 or 2 or 3 games. I think we're going to win 4 or 5 games. And it's just going to suck, too, because you would have had a chance. It just would have been fun. And now you're pretty much dead.
Joe Liberta, another great friend of the program. Yeah. Would you ever trust a product made by Johnson & Johnson? I have a concentrated position in J&J stock from family ties to the I'm not a member of the Johnson family. I just had my grandparents gave me stock.
Your brick.
So I have to be supportive.
NYJ brick.
Here's a great question.
Well, I was gonna say whenever I went to P. Diddy's freak offs, I would bring their baby oil. Nah, I didn't.
I just want to be quiet to see how you'd react to that. Yeah, he got 4 years.
4 years, that's not that much.
He had the same contract as
Jamie,
the end of rookie. Yeah,
Javon Kinlaw. Will be a free agent.
Another guy dropped the ball at the goal line.
Oh, what? Is Corley on another team?
It was a
Baruch Atad and Mitchell.
Was it Michael Carter?
Oh no.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Michael Carter had a touchdown earlier.
Did he? Good for him.
Yeah. He's probably tweeting something annoying now. He's concocting what he's gonna. I should get a 7-year extension.
Yeah. Okay. Here's another good one. Frank Castle, when was the last time you went into the weekend thinking the Jets were a lock to win? And this is a great question because there's definitely times in 2022 I felt like that.
Yeah.
But there's one game in particular that I bet huge money on the money line. And in this game, I got the first touchdown scorer, so I made some of my money back. It was.
Can I guess it?
Yeah.
Is it recent?
In the past 5 years.
Oh, geez. That's tough. 20. I don't know.
It was 2020.
2020? One of the 2 wins?
But it wasn't a win. I thought they were a lock to win.
Oh, wow. I feel like that whole year was just a disaster.
Denver.
Oh, and was it Darnold versus Brett Ripien?
Yeah, because I remember I was like, Denver is terrible. They're flying west to east. We're not going to lose every game. Sam Darnold's doing great. And I bet him first touchdown. That was the last time I felt like they were a lock to win. That came to memory.
By the way, speaking of Sam Darnold, the Seahawks just took the lead against Tampa Bay. Darnold is 27 for 32 with 332 yards and 4 touchdowns, no picks. That's not right, Matt. That's our guy. This is like watching. It's like I feel like a cute girlfriend in high school who's awesome, but like it just didn't kind of work out for kind of external factors because you wanted it to work out, like, which we did.
And she ends up becoming Dua Lipa.
She's Dua Lipa. She's Sydney Sweeney. Yeah. What the fuck, man?
I can't. That actually ruined my night. Like, there's no reason.
Unbelievable. He's gonna win the MVP. He's gonna win the MVP. I think if the season ends today, he's the MVP, man. I'm not
Daniel
joking.
Jones might have an answer for that.
What the fuck? The Giants at least gave him 6 years. They did it. If Darnold was on the Jets for 6 years and couldn't figure it out, fine. We still would have argued to keep him, but fine. 3 years. Adam Gase. 2 of the years he was good. Come on, Matt.
I need to find the clip of Matt Damon in The Departed saying, "Just kill me."
Dude, yeah, I saw the what was it? I was looking back at one of my tweets, and it was the Lord of the Rings, the how has it come to this scene with Darnold is so fucking good. But it's sad. But 27 to 32, 332, 4-0.
Stop.
27.
I wasn't mad. I was sad, and now I'm getting actually very angry.
Damn, dude.
Fuck. Okay.
9 touchdowns.
We have to get into the Mark Sanchez thing in a minute. I want to make sure I get to everybody who tweeted for the show. Rapid fire.
Yep.
Troy Schultz, are you guys trading Brees at the deadline?
Wow. I mean, I just want it. I don't care. What are you going to get for him? And
do you trust that they can make a day 2 pick if you get a third for him to?
Yeah, I'd rather watch him the rest of the year and see how good the offense could be than who's going to even get the ball if they only have Garrett Wilson left. Mason Taylor's going to set the record for touchdown receptions by a tight end.
Coach Goldstein, why can't the Jets use Garrett the way the 49ers used Debo or the Vikings used Jeffries? I think the Jets target Garrett as much as their offense allows them to. They're a run-first team, and
I've been happy with his. I mean, his usage is a lot anyway. So he would only complain if it was last year for no reason.
Yeah. HBM79, do you really think this team improves with Johnson and Johnson in the building? I don't know. And there's one common denominator, and we've been pretty passive over like Woody Johnson being the reason for everything. But I mean, it starts at the top, and the team's not playing well, and his hires and everything doesn't work right now. I
think it can work with him. It's just probably a little more difficult than with some other owners. But
I have an AI account trying to tell me, "Oh, tough loss for the Jets, but you can make money using this app."
Nice.
Should we draft Fernando Mendoza? I mean, Mendoza is going to be one of the 5 quarterbacks probably that you'll look for in the first round, and all you can hope for is that these college kids continue to ball out and pray that you get the right one. It's a crapshoot.
It's Carlos Mendoza's nephew.
Is it?
No, it's not.
Matt, start boycotting games. Stop giving your money to the team. Thank you for that note, Ryan.
But that guy will then complain that there's too many Cowboys fans there. What are we supposed to do?
I don't know.
It's fun not to go to the game. We went to be tailgated, through the football around.
Big Balls 2 said it's over. It's been over for a long time. Thank you, Big Balls 2.
What happened to Big Balls 1 and 3?
I don't know. We'll do this. I want to do a whole show this week on the Mark Sanchez stuff when the video comes out and everything.
Dude, what the fuck?
I think it was Action Jack 69. He had a really funny tweet where it was like, this went from being incredibly sad and upsetting to like unbelievably funny in a matter of a blank.
It is hilarious.
And it's funny because TMZ put Mark Sanchez stabbed in a robbery attempt, suspect in custody. And I tweeted that and like prayers for Mark Sanchez. And then after it broke that he was the aggressor, I'm not even kidding, 150 replies saying, "Oh, he's a suspect. You're an idiot. Take this down." He's like, what do you want me to do? I like took the available information and just brought it forward. And yeah, I mean, not good.
I did something similar where I was like, Mark, scary situation. What seems like a terrific human being. And then all the comments are like, it's not such a terrific human being now. I'm like, all right, dude. Like, we also don't even know what happened.
So
Allegedly.
I was going home from the game today with Alex, my buddy, and he's like, you're a weird, like you have a weird mind because when Garrett called a touchdown, I was like, good, garbage time touchdown for his stats. And then you texted me immediately with the same exact thing. He's like, you and Mike are way too similar. And we're listening to the Aaron Glenn presser. I'm like, I guarantee the next question they ask about no turnovers immediately happen. And you and I are very much the same person in so many aspects, but like a slight difference between you and I is that I had a Mark Sanchez jersey out to wear today. And I was like, I cannot wear this. And you had one out, and you're like, I have to wear this now. Like, that's a distinct difference between both of us.
The picture of one of our buddies at the tailgate pretending to stab me was great.
Yeah, and I knew the replies were going to be 95% positive and 5% being like, how could you do this? And you have people.
It's a bit much, but
dude, I mean, and people are like, you're making light of it. And I'm like, look, if that Uber
hilarious.
driver is fine, if he's fine and he's going to get a great, I mean, that lawsuit for that Uber driver, he's going to be happy this probably happened. And he'll get a ton of money and sue the fuck out of him. He didn't even get
stabbed. He just got the stab.
He did the stabbing.
He stabbed.
I mean, Mark Sanchez, the fact, and I broke it. I broke this on Twitter because it wasn't out there. My buddy Joe sent it to me. The article that came out, he sent to me like a minute after it was posted, that he was doing wind sprints in the alley before the stabbing. It's just you're running a 40-yard dash. Like, we've all been drunk running as fast as we can, trying to be hyped up. But there's two different types of drunk. There's a drunk where you're like, a good example. I got kicked out of Bar A because I went behind, like I was sitting there drunk, and there was Red Bull on the counter. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to have Red Bull. And I don't even like Red Bull. And the bartender was like, did you just take that? And I was like, yeah. He's like, you can't do that. He's like, you got to go. And I'm like, you're right. And like, if I was there fighting off the guy, you can't kick me out. There's two different drunks. There's goofy drunks and there's guys that want to fight. And unfortunately, Mark Sanchez drank too much where he was in the mood to fight. And he was pissed that the guy was blocking. There's a garbage truck.
Drive?
I think there was a garbage truck that was blocking an alley. We're going to learn more about it. And we're going to do a whole podcast on it because I have a million thoughts. And the Uber driver was coming up and he was like, you got to move. And the guy was like, no. And I think Mark got in the car. The guy tried to pepper spray him. Didn't work. So he's stabbing Mark. And look, Mark Sanchez, I mean, you can't, I don't care how drunk you are. You can't lose a fight and get stabbed in critical condition to a 69-year-old Uber driver.
How do you lose that fight?
He must have been really on something. And, hopefully he gets the help he needs. Hopefully the guy is perfectly fine.
A good guy too, Mark. Like, I was very surprised to learn the details of this case.
I mean, I'm just looking at my tweets, praying for Mark Sanchez and his family. He's in stable condition. Fantastic news. The suspect is in custody. And then,
they got him.
And then I posted the Severance Mark S. You're out. He blacked out and assaulted. That
was a good one.
No, some of these tweets I have over 1 million views, and it's just like, you're the worst person ever.
I mean, once Sanchez was fine, like you got to make fun of it. It's not the most serious thing in the world. Like, as long as he's okay, which it seems like he is. It's not like that awful. No one's dead. Like, whatever. Like, this is what we should be making fun of.
I can't wait for his first tweet back. Like, I apologize to my family. I was out of control. Or maybe he doubles down. He's like, no, he was parked the wrong way. I was right. Look at the video.
And then he stabbed me.
And then the Jaime news that broke, we will talk about it probably more.
Jaime Fairbairn. That's what I call him.
Mike and I have access to, we got the more information on it. It sounds like he was making creepy and weird comments. And it doesn't sound, thankfully, for these individuals that anything crossed the line to be physical assaulting people. But if you're the team president, you are a different standard and you can't make offhanded comments, do weird moves, which it sounds like he did. And then the Jets are countersuing because the husband. So what happened was, for those that don't know, there's a husband and a wife that work for the Jets. I'll say allegedly for all this, whatever. The husband and a different coworker, not his wife, allegedly, according to the Jets, started an email anonymous about Jaime's behavior, and then they were caught doing so. And I believe that other coworker was like, "Yeah, we kind of." They are accusing that a guy, the main guy, being the one to start the email and everything. That guy's wife was brought in for questioning, and was like, "I don't really know what you're talking about, but yeah, he's a weird guy." Jaime fired her. She's suing the Jets for being fired if her husband did an elaborate, like, anonymous thing. Ugly stuff. And if the stuff in the report that we read are true, thankfully, again, like I said, it's not like somebody was injured or hurt. But if you're saying weird stuff as a team president, you need to go. And what have you done since 2019 when you became team president? You increased ticket sales. You did the worst uniform reveal ever, and you brought the World Cup to MetLife. Great job. Like, I don't know what you want. What do you want to do? Why are you the team president?
Yeah.
Well, we'll try to get a new show this week, get things going. I forgot. I wanted to do a monthly or weekly, whatever, like, we appreciate blank, where we do like we appreciate Bilal Powell and do like a 30-minute video on Bilal Powell, look at his highlights, talk about him. And I thought of this idea when Mark Sanchez was stabbed before I knew he was the aggressor. I was like, we need to make a we appreciate Mark Sanchez and talk about his career. So maybe we'll do that. I'd also love to do like
news.
We go down like every season in Jets history. I'd love to start from the beginning and talk about like hilarious players and box scores. But that'll probably be an off-season thing. Until then, I think I've said all we can say, and I am very disappointed, and it's an embarrassing feeling to go to these games and come home and waste your entire Sunday. And they got London at 9:30, and Mike will be there.
I'll be there. If anyone's in London,
you're gonna wear.
Sanchez.
You get sunburned today?
A little bit. We were in the shade, no?
We were in the shade.
Maybe the tailgate. I don't know. I have my LT up here. I have Rogers. I found my an old Steve McClendon shirt at my parents' house. I don't think I want to wear that. We'll see.
All right, buddy.
It's been a pleasure. All right, fun day, but maybe next time, Matt.
Yeah. Have a good night.
Go Jets.